welcome back!
Welcome back to DOOMineko. We in fact did not die at the end of last video, despite what we made you believe.
It's true, we're back!
I know, it was very bamboozling.
I remember now. Now, I do know how to complete this level now, thank goodness. Once again, Slake has come to the rescue. Now, funnily enough, I could have sworn I did this during the last episode. I'm sure there's footage of that, but
I'll
apparently,
be the judge of that.
You're supposed to shoot that switch there. And that's it. That's all you have to do. Wait, hold on. We have to do it real quickly. There we go. That's all you have to do.
So probably what happened is we did it slowly.
Apparently, yeah. I probably shot it and then like took my time.
What happened?
Nothing happened when I shot that thing. Yeah, and then nothing happens if you shoot these. Oh, these other ones. There we go. But yeah, this one opens the thing. Anyway, we're done now. We can continue on with the level, which is lovely because I can actually, you know, play the game.
Yeah.
Stop judging me, Rudolph.
With any luck, this will be the end of this level and we can go into the next one.
Oh god, you're right. I'm gonna have to remember how I did the first half level if I die now. Oh, here we go.
I mean, you basically just killed a bunch of stuff and kept asking what to do.
I mean, you're right.
It's not like it was...
I had to cut out a lot of stuff though. A lot of backtracking was cut from the last section. Alright, well anyway, we're back. How have you been this week, Felix?
I've been exhausted.
Same, actually. It's been really good.
Both started new jobs, basically.
We have. Yeah, no, it's been great. Can we talk about this show? Are we gonna get docs or something?
I'm not going to talk about mine.
Okay, I'm going to just say I'm doing good work for good rates.
But I will tell you,
great.
Man, one of the we finally get a new area and new enemies.
Yeah,
except they're old enemies.
They're not new enemies at all.
I meant that they're not dead.
I can tell that you're exhausted, Felix.
No, I meant they're not dead, man.
Oh, sure you didn't. No, you sure.
Anyway,
tell me.
One of the things that we've been preparing is we've been cooking up for a show, haven't we?
We have! An excellent show that women and children and parents alike are all able to enjoy. I'm taking a lot of damage from something.
Well, not children, because hopefully they'll be in bed between the times we're on air.
Yeah, from like 12 AM to whenever.
4 AM.
4 AM, yeah.
See, the show that I do work on, the host today was having a rant about how if you're on the air on radio between 12 and 4, you're a loser.
Oh, good.
So, congratulations, we're both losers.
Woo! What is happening? What is damaging me?
I don't know, there's mysterious wall shooters all throughout this level.
There's some nerd in here that's just dealing a lot of damage. I'm almost dead.
I guess maybe Kasumi can, like, shoot through the walls because of the ghosty thing?
Well, I think she was just shooting through this and I just hadn't spotted her, but we'll see.
Also, wait.
I'm trying to be very
careful. Is Kasumi being a ghost the whole game?
Yes, she's a specter.
Okay.
So she's like see-through and junk. I think. Or maybe Renner is the specter. But yeah, no, she has been that color for the whole game.
Oh!
Ah! I'm screaming just like Kinzo is.
Yeah, it nearly made the same sound as...
Oh! Alright, there we go.
You see,
it's gonna come at me. Okay.
I looked down at your armor and I was like, wow, he's got really low health. Oh wait, no, that's not his health, that's his armor. Oh wow, he's got really low health. Oh wait, no, that's not his health. That's his...
Everything is fucking low, dude. Oh, what is this? Can I get in there?
I really love that sound design still.
Oh, I have to get in there.
Nothing quite like repetitively screaming Kinzo.
It's great. That's the only Kinzo that I ever want to meet. The screaming, repetitive Kinzo.
I'm scared. It's dark.
I need to pay attention.
It's dark. It's cold.
Anyway, tell me. We've been preparing for this thing, and I should know all about it. But please tell me more. As the audience does not know anything. Because they don't talk to us.
One of the things that's that's been on air at the moment, which some of you may have been watching, some of you may have not, is Star Trek Discovery.
Yeah, I haven't been watching that. Have you?
I've just started watching it.
Oh, good. Oh, good. How are you enjoying it?
It's interesting. I enjoy it a lot, but it's like a lot less Star Trek-y than I was expecting.
I hear that it does not involve a lot of waiting around and talking. I hear there's a bit more action to it, a bit more stuff. Like, which is not very original series Star Trek, from what I have learned.
I think I might have brought it up on the show before, but like, you know, the style of storytelling that the original Star Trek series have had was, you know, very methodical, kind of like...
Even though nothing they ever do by the books ever works, but yes, continue.
Well, no, it's more like, you know, it's more just
talk,
you know, whoa!
Boss fight!
There's a lot of talking and discussing the philosophy of what they're doing.
There is. but it's what the man really is on the inside that matters.
Yeah.
The human spirit prevails.
Whereas, you know, Star Trek.
Oh my good
boy, this
lord,
is not
this
good.
is really awful.
This is gonna be
I'm
one
dead.
health,
No, that's
zero health. Player was spocked by something.
Now, should I load that save we have? I guess I should restart the level, really. Alright, here we go. Oh, wait, it's loaded me back in. Well, who am I saying no for a free meal? I should probably restart. Alright.
You feel bad about this?
I do. I feel like it would be defeating the point of the exercise, so we shall be continuing from the beginning. Anyway, where were we?
So Discovery and the J.J. Abrams verse of Star Trek take a very different approach to the Star Trek I'm used to, because the only Star Trek I've watched, aside from those, is The Next Generation and a little bit of the original series.
It sounds like you are very well versed in Star Trek, then. Maybe.
Well...
From watching, like, 3 separate shows.
One of my employers is an absolute Star Trek nut.
Good, good.
And will go toe-to-toe with anyone I've met on Star Trek knowledge.
Good. I should fight them, definitely. Oh boy, I'm excited.
But nonetheless, I have watched a sizable chunk, and I've been going through in order trying to get the whole way through The Next Generation. Which has been both enlightening and painful. Because for every good episode, there's
an awful one?
There's an awful one, and
yeah,
for every...
I can imagine.
And for every good one, there's also a mediocre one.
Yeah.
But when they hit gold.
Hit this guy. Is someone, like, up there?
I don't know.
Anyway, hopefully I got him. If not, I'll just have to come back to him.
And it's been really interesting, the contrast between watching... between watching Discovery and watching The Next Generation at, like, the same
There's
time.
a bit of a time gap there, is there? Yeah.
Not even the time gap, just the style is so different. And it's really fun. Like, I enjoy Discovery a lot. There's a lot of things that, like, supposedly there was this one secret for the show that they went to great lengths to conceal.
And no one's found it?
Oh no, like, it's been unveiled now at this point in the show.
Oh, okay. Was it Spock?
No.
Okay, it wasn't Spock. What was it? I probably shouldn't ask because I should watch this at some point.
I'm not gonna say
Don't spoil it for the people.
Because it's a pretty fresh unveiling, but it was one of those things that, like, 3 episodes into the show, they made some reference that foreshadowed it.
Right,
and I was like, oh, that's what it is. And then it got to it, and they had this big reveal, and suddenly they, like, had this, you know, huge reaction, and I was like, wait, what? That was meant to be a surprise?
Oh, God. Yeah, it's pretty silly.
Like, I'm sure, you know, I'm sure there are plenty of people that figured it out, because it's not like it was a very well concealed secret.
It wasn't like an AR game or anything, was it?
But, well,
oh, a secret area.
Yeah,
what?
that door behind you.
Oh, did we find that last time?
I think so.
I don't know if we did.
I swear we did.
I don't think we ever went in here. Oh, that's where the guy that was shooting me was shooting me from. They're shooting me from behind this fucking wall.
How about that?
Heckin' wall. Anyway. No swearing on the radio, guys. Don't do it.
Yeah, but it was just really...
Oh, I got a 200 or whatever.
Yeah, you did. You picked up a battler when you ran.
Well, that's hell. No, it wasn't a battler. Well, no, it was a battler, but it wasn't a berserker battler. Anyway, this is Matt. Point is, health is good. Anyway, tell me more about the Star Treks.
So it's interesting the way that they've applied the past, you know, lessons on storytelling from Star Trek to the new series. Like, maybe Deep Space Nine and Voyager took a bit more of a serial approach.
I don't know. I wouldn't know. I'll tell you what I've been doing, Felix. You were like, man, I really want to watch, you know, the new generation and whatever the other one is, the newer one, the new shit.
You're telling me I'm
tired. And I was like, I've already forgot what's... It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, because that stuff doesn't matter. Okay? Any Star Trek made after 1970 doesn't matter, because I have been watching Star Trek, the original series. Which is amazing. In that it's so stupid, but it's great. Everything is bad. We got bad illicit acting. We got, like, twists that you see come in 1,000 years. Like, everyone here in the station is an android except for this one person. Boy, you should relate to them. Spoilers, they are also an android. It's great. But I have watched basically no Star Trek at all. I've watched, like, the First Contact
you're a
movie.
Star Trek virgin, basically.
Pretty much. I've watched First Contact, like, the movie. I've watched The Search for Spock, I think. My friend, like, came over and was like, you gotta watch The Search for Spock, it's great. And I've forgotten all of it. I thought it was pretty boring, honestly. And yeah, I've watched maybe half an episode here or there. To the point that when I sat down I saw that time bar, because it's on Netflix. I saw that time bar of like an hour-long episode. I was like, oh, that's how long those episodes are. I had no clue. Is there another boy?
No, I think that's
I killed him. Good. Yeah, so I've been watching the original series. I watched the first 9 episodes because that's how much time I've had between all the other stuff I've been doing. And yeah, it's been a really mixed bag. Like the first 4 episodes, I would say, are garbo
I honestly
or mediocre.
Cannot stand what I've seen of the original series.
Go watch The Naked Time. That is an excellent episode. That's the one where Sulu gets a sword and starts like, aha, I am now the captain of the ship. Aha, and like fencing people.
His technique is not particularly good.
It doesn't even matter, dude. It's amazing. Anyway, I think I'm going the wrong way. It's such an amazing episode, and they figure out how to time travel. Like, it's everything that I wanted from this, like, you know.
The thing is, with old sci-fi shows like that, and like the original Doctor Who, it boggles my mind that those got as popular as they have.
I forgot about him. I forgot about him. Back we go.
Like, those shows just, I cannot picture ever being compelled by just how, like, low budget and hammy those shows seem.
But that's what's so fun about it.
Oh, that's what's fun about them these days. But like, you know,
in the day, like, how do they survive?
Growing up in the hood. Those generations.
Yeah.
Like,
how do they live through it?
That was you know, convincing visual effects. One thing that's really fun about watching the next generation at the moment, actually, is that was still, you know, on older TVs when it was first produced. But I'm watching like a remaster of it. And it's a really nicely done remaster. Right,
that's good.
But it means that a whole bunch of stuff that they, like, you know, left out, like, that they just, you know, kind of let slide in the original series, like, in the original broadcast, really shows up. So, like, there's this one episode where they, like, a couple of characters crash land on a desert planet and they have to figure out how to survive for ages.
Right.
And it's meant to be, like, a completely abandoned moon that no one's ever been on. Now, in the original broadcast of the show, you couldn't see, like, the screen with enough detail.
Right.
But like in the remaster, you can just see all of the footprints and tire tracks from the camera
crew, of course, yeah. Well, that's what makes, like, I know there was a movie that they shot very recently where their whole shtick was, like, we worked over 7 days and we plotted out everything for, like, a month beforehand.
Yeah.
So that the entire camera crew would never be in the shot. Like, that was just something that they had to do to make it so it was as realistic as possible. Which, you know, whatever about realism, but that's an incredible feat, right? Yeah, I mean, I've really enjoyed watching it as much as whenever I mention to people, they're like, how can you stand it? Like, Charlie X, the 3rd episode or the 2nd, I don't know, because there's a pilot and then some sites count it as an episode, some don't. But anyway, Charlie X is just a ridiculous episode with some of the worst teen acting I've seen ever. There's this guy, I'll throw up on screen real quick. There's this guy who, he's supposed to be like, I'm just a human and I'm lost in space and I want to go to the next place with people. And of course he's a like telepathic transmuting god of the stars or whatever. And whenever he wants to do something bad, he like rolls his eyes back in his head. And he's wearing this awful turtleneck. I'll find the image if I can. It's beautiful. It's some of the absolute worst TV I have ever seen in my life. But I was laughing the whole way through. And really, as long as you entertain the audience, isn't that all that matters?
Yeah, I suppose.
Yeah. It was great. I would happily watch it again with a group of friends and like a couple beers, that sort of shit scenario.
A couple of beers or a couple of beers worth of vodka.
Yeah, you know. Crystal vodka that's been, you know, filtered through diamonds or whatever you happen to have on hand.
I don't know if I want to talk about that video, but I will link it in the description because it is amazing.
I just wanted to mention it. What's happening here? What can I go
For those of you that are unfamiliar, that is JonTron's latest video.
Shout out to JonTron. A man amongst men. How can I open it? Oh, there we go. Alright.
I'm scared of this room.
Yeah, I hate this room. It's the worst. I'm gonna see if I can get to the button. I'm trying to think what other episodes were, like, particularly good. The Naked Time was great. Like, no qualms about recommending that one.
I mean, the one that people will always call out from the next generation is Best of Both Worlds.
What is that one?
It's a 2-parter. It's the...
yeah?
I guess you could describe it as the spiritual prequel to First Contact.
Here we go. Oh, yeah. Oh, they're Borg in it?
Yeah.
Yeah. I haven't seen that one yet.
It's like the Borg episode.
The Borg.
From,
Got him. Alright, so that's very much worth doing.
It's the Borg episode from The Next Generation. The other one that was really good is Measure of a Man.
Oh yeah, is that the one where like someone tries to argue someone's like humanity? I thought that was Picard and Data.
It's Picard and Data.
Yeah, so that's not TOS. That's
yeah, it's
fuck. Oh, this is hard.
It is.
It's hard.
This is rough.
I might have to focus during that section because this is awful. Right,
How dare you focus?
That's all right. That's all right.
But yeah, basically the premise of the episode is that Star Trek wants to take Data apart to figure out how he's made.
Yep.
And Picard's like, what the hell? He's a person.
Yeah, there are maybe 3 episodes that I hear talked about. I can't remember the third, but one of them is Measure of a Man, and the other one is the one. It's kind of emblematic of Star Trek's whole approach to communication, which is something that gets better as the show goes on. At first, it's just kind of, we'll try and interact with this society, and all. There are a bunch of hot ladies, and now they're actually ugly monsters. But
is it Who Watches the Watchers?
I don't know what the episode is called. I know it's the one where they have idioms, I think, or metaphors and stuff, and so they have these like the tricorders or whatever that can parse any language, but they say back when the wall fell and stick a knife in him, but they actually mean other stuff, right? They're using metaphors and stuff.
Yeah, that I don't actually know.
That's a waste. All right. So apparently, if you pick up the Mega Boy and then you pick up the little ones, it still picks them up, but it just doesn't add to your health total, which is pretty awful. So I didn't think it was. Anyway, let's continue on. But yeah, no, that's the one. When the wall fell, Cthulhu or something. I don't know. I'm basically speaking gibberish because that's what it is. Because it's Star Trek, and that's all that Star Trek is. They got the little like plastic. That's my favorite part though, is when they show like little plastic leaves. Like it's alien plants because we're using like styrofoam. It's great. But there's like in the most recent episode I watched, episode 9, I think, Miri, they end up on a planet and everyone's infected by a disease, and like, we gotta beam the computers down, and they put on this like very obvious like plastic computer, and they're putting in like what's the chronology of this planet and the radio factors, and like it's just garbage.
It's incredible how much just bullshit science is the natural.
It's so good.
Apparently that episode is after where I'm up to in the series.
Oh, I won't spoil it then.
Right up to the end of season 4, and it's right at the start of season 5.
Oh, wait, what do you mean? What episode?
The idioms one.
Oh, you haven't seen it yet. Oh, that would explain it, wouldn't it? Yeah, it's apparently a very good episode. I hear it talked about by Mike on Red Letter Media all the time.
Oh, there you go.
Which is, I don't know if you're familiar with those guys, but they're a blast. I love those nerds. They're gigantic hacks.
It feels like everyone that I'm a fan of is a fan of Red Letter Media, but I've never really given them much time of day myself.
They are an excellent set of critics, but they don't take themselves too seriously, and that's their charm. They constantly are calling themselves hacks and like going, oh, well, like a lot of the jokes are about like the poor production quality, like stock sound effects are used frequently, and that's the joke, just on the show.
Yeah.
And that's, I don't know, I find them really refreshing, compared to a lot of like high energy like review shows where they're like, they look right at the camera and they're always talking like, this game was made in blah 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 and and I'm like, all right, well that's what everyone else is doing. And then Mike and Jay have a stack of like drunk alcohol in the corner, various bottles smashed around, and the current joke is like they're gonna be kicked out if they don't fix Lincoln's VCR again. Like that's the central tension of the show is, will they fix his VCR? And they never will, and that's the joke. It's great. Anyway, point is, go watch those notes. I love them. I might link them in the description somewhere.
We're gonna have a lot of links to this episode.
No, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be a good time. Oh, they're okay.
But yeah, so
anyway, Star Trek.
Like, I was reminded. My family was watching the original Thunderbirds. Like,
oh my goodness,
puppetry TV show.
Oh, I'm in a corner. I'm in a corner.
Right, and I was, I was thinking back on like how all of these old shows just do not age well, but yet they're still so charming to watch.
Yeah.
And it's always a question of like what these days will have the same charm as things back then did.
I don't know. Like what could?
I mean, I feel
stuff
like
that does new breaks new ground is usually the sort of stuff that holds up. But like, come on.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like Game of Thrones is a show that's going to have a good set of longevity.
Yeah, for sure.
But
oh, hold on, I gotta kill this fool.
I do wonder if it's because like because the medium has changed so much that you can't really have anything as iconic anymore.
Maybe.
Or like there's just so much content that it's hard for something to stand out as much.
Yeah, I mean, back when, like, as you say, a lot of the Star Trek's, like, shtick was the hammy acting and the poor production quality.
Yeah.
Like, that was the only show really doing that, as far as I know. I don't know, maybe we should do some research on this, but I don't feel like there'd be a lot of those space opera shows on the same scale, for sure.
Yeah.
Doing that, so...
I mean, like, Doctor Who and Star Trek are, like, the two from around that era that have really survived.
Yeah, for sure. And Doctor Who is a slightly smaller scale, certainly in terms of the cast, at least from what I understand. I haven't, like, gone through the history books on Doctor Who as much, but
I'd really call them a very similar show. I'd say you could effectively say that Doctor Who had a smaller bridge crew.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Otherwise, they're basically a similar premise.
Something that I found out, even though I only ever hear about like 4 characters, apparently there are 148 people on the Starship Enterprise in the original series.
In the original series, yeah.
And yeah, there are just redshirts dying left, right, and center. I had no clue.
In Next Gen, there's something like 1,000.
Really?
Because it's like a full research, like, liveaboard ship.
Right.
Which I saw this very scathing review about, where they, like, fly into battle, and there are just children and families aboard that are, like, on the lower decks.
Being thrown around.
Yeah.
That's pretty awful. I don't think this is quite up to safety standards. Well, nothing in that show, to be fair, is up to safety standards. Like, as I was saying, that episode with the disease that they contract.
Yeah.
Forget, like, decontamination, like, you know, rooms and like hazmat suits. They do use hazmat suits in one episode, but like they don't wear gloves. They're like, this is an Earth-like planet that has suffered some sort of apocalypse, possibly radioactive in nature, and they don't wear gloves.
Yeah, I mean it's kind of strange because the show is always hand-waved as like our scanners say that it's safe,
but it's not safe.
And then they get there and it's not safe.
No, it's never safe. It's always by the books. We're doing everything perfectly, and it's never okay. All right, hold on. Okay, hold on. Yeah, I'm doing it. There we go.
It is like, I suppose you could also say that aside from just being silly, it could also be like some kind of approach to futurism.
Sure.
The idea that like they think that their modern technology will be able to fix whatever they contract,
right.
So they're not concerned about it. It's I've contracted a disease. It's fine, I can have it cured before any of the, like, effects show up, so I don't need to worry about it. Which
is not at all what happens. Well, that's the thing, is, like, no matter what excuse we can come up with, it still seems strange to me that, except for the Vulcan, of course, because Spock's great, everyone else just is like, oh shit, I guess I'm gonna die now, like, this is the end. Alright, I'm gonna focus. You ramble while I focus on kicking demon butt. Let's do it.
I don't really know what I can ramble about.
Anything, pick something.
Alright, let's talk about let's talk about Captain Picard.
Okay, go for it.
Because Captain Picard is, you know, I mean, admittedly not from a particularly broad cast, but he's one of the best characters in The Next Generation. But he's also the worst character, in that you can clearly tell when you're watching an episode which writers knew how to write for him and which didn't. I mean, maybe not even just the writers, but just like the scripts for each show. Like some of them land really well and others are really stupid. Like there's this one episode where basically they get their memories wiped and they try to hide the evidence that it happened, and you know, Picard's the one responsible for that, but Picard doesn't know it because he had his memory wiped.
Yeah, he does.
Like,
Thank you. Yeah?
It's a terrible episode because none of the conclusions that Picard comes to feels like Picard. Like, he's always been this very stoic, clear, you know, character. But this one episode just seems to paint him as an absolute dipstick.
Right.
It's like, well, what if we just hide all the evidence? But it's like, but you've already demonstrated by the fact that you've done this once before and failed that it's not going to work. And some of the evidence that you, like, have isn't repairable because you went to repair it last time and didn't work. It's like, Worf had broken his wrist, but no one remembered how it had happened. So they just go back and do it again, and it's like...
Stick him in the Bacta tank, because we didn't stick him in last time.
But they already did that to hide the evidence last time.
Why didn't it work?
Because they're able to detect when they've used those kind of devices on themselves. It's like, the premise of the episode is just rubbish. It's just rubbish.
Maybe there was a secret somewhere. There we go. Yep.
And it's such a shame because, like, it makes Picard seem like such a bad character in that one moment, even though he's so great so much of the rest of the time. I'm scared.
I'm very scared. I mean, it feels like the end of the level, but I feel like there's gonna be something. Yeah,
it's gotta be a fight to pick somewhere.
I've killed everyone that I've seen so far, so I'm just gonna see if I can spot any nerds.
But at the same time, Star Trek First Contact,
Excellent.
One of the best examples of how to write Picard.
Yeah. We draw the line. Yeah.
Because like, it's on the one hand, it's like one of the least Picard episodes ever. Because it's you go into the red door.
Where's the red door?
I don't remember.
I don't remember.
Very helpful, I know.
Whatever. I think it's down here.
It's like one of the least Picards ever because it's such a break in his character, but it's so good because it's a break in his character that feels like his character.
Right. Because he's breaking down. He can't handle it, man.
Yeah.
It's great. No, that one scene.
To the
this
right.
line must be drawn here. That's my favorite. That's my favorite scene in the whole damn film. It's great. I love Picard so much.
Oh, is that a torch garp or is that an actual garp?
It's just a garp. It's fine. It's fine.
But we had a new enemy.
Nah, garp's just a torch. She's just a torch. All right, let's do this. We'll get in here. She's just an old flame, if you know what I mean. All right.
Oh, it's a good joke.
Thank you.
It's a good joke.
Thank you. It is a good joke. We have those sometimes on this show.
I fundamentally disagree.
How you doing, girl? Oh, there's another will. Oh, that's bad. Oh, there's 2 of them. I need to leave. No, hit it twice.
Oh no! Next time.
Next time. God damn you!